Good morning, students. Today I am going to teach 8th standard ICC biology, meat yielding animal. Before that, we complete the lesson up to white revolution. Before begins our class, just go to Word of God. I choose 2 Timothy 4:17 says, "But the Lord stood with me and gave me strength." Within this encouraging word and powerful message of Bible words, and begins our class. I hope all are safe in this pandemic situation. Stay safe and obey your parents. Then today topic, meat yielding animal. We know meat yielding animal. The purpose of an protein and for our diet, we are going to using lot of animal food and plant food for our energy purpose also. Meat is rich in protein and fat. We know fat is an energy yielder and protein is an body builder, body promotion, growth and developments. We require enough amount of protein. This protein supports deficiency, people causing protein deficiency diseases. That's why people going to using for here animal flesh or meat or animal product with the help of a milk, egg, another product. Even those who are not consuming animal like to eat, they are going for here plant food rich in protein with the help of all the gram seed is available enough amount of protein, and fatty seed also. Okay, today we are going to using for studying for here meat yielding animal. Meat is a good source of protein. Already explained you because protein good sources of a body builder, body promotion, body growth and developments. We require large quantities of protein, at least minimum level for our growth and developments. So this protein sources of animals are called cattle, pigs, goat, and sheep, or common reared for meat. Commonly rearing for meat, we are going to using for here cattle, such as for here cow, goat. Okay, cow and buffaloes going to using for here cattle food. Pigs also we know, and goats and sheep are using for here mutton preparation. Then they are going to given some animal, and these are the animal going to using the multi-purpose, because these are they going to provide meat as well as which one milk yielding, commonly called milk yielding. We learned already white revolution we learned, and very good protein rich components. Okay, and the meat of cattle is called beef. Okay, cattle bearing those meat is called beef, very, very important. The meat of pig is called pork. Okay, so beef, pork, and mutton. Okay, so beef we are prepared and produced through by cattle's. The meat of pigs is called pork, and that of goats and sheep is called mutton. So these are the product we are getting with the help of an which one animal and the source of an protein. Okay, it's very, very important. Next we'll go to poultry. Second one. Though we know for here poultry, chicks are going to reared which one cottage industry and large scale industry. Okay, large scale means some other people going to using for here which one poultry farming, and this farm depends upon their economy. They are which one maintain and one of the job like using those people large scale as well as small scale industries. So this poultry refers to birds such as chicken, turkey, quail, duck, and goose that are reared for their meat. Okay, poultry preparation mostly are called meat purpose, and this meat is also very good protein rich components. The egg of most poultry birds are also eaten. Okay, so eggs of most. So this not only for the purpose of a meat. Some of the poultry going to using to lay in some egg. So this eggs also used for our eatable purpose. Poultry meat has less fat and is hence considered healthier than beef, pork, and mutton. Just people like more and consume more for here poultry meat, chicken, commonly called chicken, and this chicken is considered healthier than because less fat. Just compare with the beef, pork, and mutton, how high fatty diet, and but chicken meat is available less fat. That's why people consume more amount of an poultry and if you compare chicken. Then drought animal used for carrying load or pulling heavy things such as cart and plows are called drought animal or beast of burden. Okay, so drought animal is a machinery, a mechanical purpose. Okay, carrying and loading and liftings any other heavy metal. Okay, heavy wood or whatever. In Kerala, elephants are using for here loading and lifting wood. Okay, the purpose of an furniture only using for some animal are called drought animal. So animal used for carrying load or pulling heavy things such as cart and plows. Plows we know for here plowing the soil. Okay, because cultivation, so cultivating any other crops, soil get ready to just loosen the soil using for here some plow material with the help of some animal are called which one bulls and buffaloes going to use for here plowing purpose are called drought animal or beast of burden. Here we know for here plowing, the plow, the soil get ready to agriculturing or farming, cropping, cultivation, and loosen the soil using for here, which one bulls going to use to plow the soil with the help of a small plow material. Okay, now we have a tractor. Second one is come for here loading. Okay, lifting material. Okay, lift up and just pulling activity using for donkey and elephants. Next is given. In India, cattle, usually bullocks and male buffaloes, are predominantly used for pulling cart and for heavy agricultural work such as pulling plow and running sugarcane crushing and oil pressing equipments. In olden days, before machine formation, an oil will be hydrolyzed. Oil going to prepared and using some seed going to pressed using some which one cattle animal. Okay, male bulls going to using for here the purpose of oil pressing and cane sugar crushing. So horse, mules, donkey are used for this purpose in some parts of the world. Okay, not only for this one, even going to using for those state or place not available cattle, they are going to using for here horse, mule, and donkey. What's mean of a mule? Mule means cross breeded animal. Which one horse and donkey going to use to a new hybrid or new hybrid animals are called a mule. These mules are called a cross-breeded donkey, and this donkey is also using for here purpose of an drought purpose, or I think lifting and which one crushing, sugarcane crushing, oil pressing equipment, oil pressing. Those places going to use for horse, mules, and donkeys are used for the purposes some parts of the world. In arid region, this kinds of work is done by camel. Okay, so a very hot desert area, but that area is not available, so these are the above animal and is available more camel going to using. What are they? Various machinery purpose, mechanical purpose. Elephants are generally used for pulling load. Okay, we know for elephants more available in Kerala, and in Kerala, the state people in they are going to using for here lifting and pulling any load going to using for here elephants. Elephants also using for here mechanical purpose because so strengthen animal. Okay, that's all. The next slide. Food and health of livestock. food and health of livestock. The feed of fodder, what's known as fodder, cattle food is called fodder, given to stimulate must of nutrients containing adequate amount of carbohydrate, fat, protein, mineral, and vitamin. So this drought animal and poultry farming in large scale and large small scale industry and provide lot of food, then only they will healthy growth and fast growth requirements very requirement is available, a very good requirements. So the feeds or food of cattle are called fodder. What is fodder? Cattle food given to animal must be nutritious, containing adequate amount of carbohydrate, because this cattle food or fodder is available requirements of carbohydrate, fat, protein, minerals, and vitamins. And vitamins, the amount and mix of nutrients are worked out according to the age and health of animal and the work done by it. So amount and mix of nutrients are worked out according to the age and the health of an animal and the work done by it. The work done by an animal include production of an food. Okay, so these are the food going to provide healthy growth and fast growth of an animal. Depends upon their age, going to provide a kind of an food. The work done by an animal include the production of an food. Cattle, including cow, buffaloes, and bullocks, naturally feed on grasses and leaves. Most of the cattle food is called grasses and leaves, and other mixed product of an oil cakes. Okay, the cakes of animals also provide very good nutritious. There are also given special feed called concentrate, with include oil cakes, cereals, grams, and bran. We know for here bran. What is bran? Usually, if you see for here rice grain and wheat grain, mostly rice grain, the grains are covered with the help of an aleron layer, because this aleron layer rich in fat. So this gram and brands going to separate those flooring mill and using for here cattle food. They are going to utilize and again provide food for here cattle animal, because rich in protein and fatty compound. So oil cakes provide for your fat, cereals, grams, and brands also providing for fatty substance to using healthier animal. Fodder like fodder plants like elephant grass, okay, which one, guinea grass, okay, guinea grass, Sudan grass, and barseam are grown to feed cattle. Okay, but those people just can cow yard or usually cattle yard, preparing a large scale purpose of a milk and again other the large areas going to cultivating fodder plants also, because provide food properly. Elephant grass, guinea grass, Sudan grass, and barseam, and are grown to feed cattle and very good growth and developments. Goats and sheep feed on grasses and farm waste. Okay, goats and sheep going to use for grasses and farm waste also. Farm waste means waste of an agriculture. Then in addition, they are given food supplements like grains, grams, and oil cakes. Suppose goat and sheep, they are not only for grasses and farm waste, it's also given for additional supplements like grains, grams, and oil cakes provide very good growth and developments. Pigs are generally given a low fiber feed consisting of cereals and vegetable. Okay, so pigs suppose reared, and we are getting lot of an fork, and fork supposed to get more quantity, very high nutritious, and provide low fiber feed consisting of cereals and vegetables. Poultry feeds include masses, cereals, groundnut cake, and fish meal and meat meal, prepared from the waste generated in the processing of fish and meat. So poultry feed include masses. So poultry not only for these other food, but are also going to provide. Okay, poultry feed include masses cereals. Mashed cereals. Mashed means to powdered and crushed cereals. Cereals means rich in carbohydrate. Groundnut cake and fish meal, meat meal, prepared from the waste generated in the processing of fish and meat. Okay. Fish preparation, fish which one preserving and meat preserving, and just make leave some waste. So this waste they are not just thrown out, going to use to preparation of a poultry feed. Okay. Fish farm and meat farm, and comes out lot of waste. So this waste going to generate it and using for here poultry feed, very good food of which one fowls. Domestic animals are vulnerable to many diseases caused by bacteria, fungi, and viruses. But we can care about health which one issues also, because they cause lot of health issues. There means often health issues such as infection of bacteria, fungi, and viruses. And care about for here domestic animal do not cause. If your one animal will be caught for any bacterial infection, easily just spread. Even virus and fungus also. One cattle suppose cause a kind of an cattle yard, and entire, if not care about, entire animal going to cause within short of time. That's why care about for her health of cat, because they are unable to talk, unable to say. Okay, but behavior of this animal easy to find out. That animal supposed to cause any disease causing germs such as bacteria, fungus, and because the behavior is easy to find out. Okay, for their activeness, feeding food, for their behavior easy to find out animal cause any disease or not, either bacteria, fungus, and because those who are practicing and farming those cattle, they will know. Okay, bacteria, fungus, and virus able to attack any change of climate, any other timing, and care about them for here. These are the disease infection. They are also afflicted by internal and external parasite like tapeworm and tick. And the food also going to given for carefully. The food easy to infected. Some worms are called tapeworm and tick. Tick means exoparasite and tapeworm endoparasite. So this parasite is also able to cause for some diseases. Care about the health of cattle animal. Then keeping animal and their shelter clean and ensuring the adequate diet or the best way for preventing this. So the shed, cattle shed or cattle yard going to make them to clean. If not clean, what happened for here? Adequate diet if not going to provide, this is easy to spread. Either endoparasite or exoparasite is going to enter and will be attacked with some diseases. To care about and clean with the cattle shed or cattle yard. Overcrowded and dirty shelter encourage the spread of diseases. So the shelter must be airy, spacious, and clean. Okay, so overcrowded, but not allowed to which one cultivating and will maintain for here overcrowded cattle, because very dangerous. Suppose going to ferocious one by one, they fight one by one, and dirty shelter encourage the spread of diseases. Dirty shelter, overcrowded one, another one reason for here. Then and also some shelter must be airy, means airflow is very important. Space is important. Clean is important. If you are maintain these are there, we can get for very good earning with the cattle breeds. Some disease can be prevented by getting farm animal vaccination, but now we are available some pre-planned vaccination will be injected. Those animal do not cause particular kinds of diseases. So vaccination also available nowadays. Which one cattle animal going to vaccinated, avoid some infected diseases. Then, however, disease may occur despite the best care. Okay, so disease may occur despite the best care. So, if not allowed to any disease causing infective agent, care for so best we can earn lot of monies. In that case, which one veterinary doctors must be consulted at the earliest, once in a while or whenever it's possible, and schedule wise going to allow veterinary doctors and just check the people going to causing any disease or not. If you are going to do for these are the formalities, we can get very good earning with the help and cattle animal. Then production and management of fish. Fish and prawns are important source of protein and mineral, not only for cattle feed, cattle sources, but fish and prawns also provide very good protein sources and minerals also. Freshwater fish are caught from ponds, lake, and river, while marine fish come from the sea. Okay, so lot of waterlogged area. People artificial cultivation, otherwise naturally is available lot of fishes. So this fish going to using human diet, the source of protein and mineral, such as for here lot of fish. Okay, in pond fish, lake fish, river fish are come for freshwater fishes. Freshwater means saltless fish. Okay, saltless water containing fishes. Salty area presence of marine. So marines fish come from the sea, are usually salty nature. And when we use the word fisheries in the context of a marine fish, we mean part of the sea where fish are caught. Okay? When we use the word fisheries in the context of a marine fish, we mean part of sea where fish is caught. In the case of a freshwater fish, a fishery may be a tank, pond, or part of river, or where fish are reared. So that freshwater fish we can cultivate it for a very small areas, such as for a small ditch or tank, and pond is very small or vast area or part of a river we can cultivate, or cultivate they will grow naturally where fish are reared. We can collect a lot of fishes. The production and management of fish is known as pisciculture. Okay. Production and management, natural or artificial cultivating fish are called pisciculture. And in fisheries, the eggs are first collected and allowed to hatch in tank called hatcheries. Okay. If you are cultivating artificial cultivation of an fishes, and the people know for they are given for a lot of tank are called which one they come for here, hatchery tank, a lot of tanks. So fisheries, the eggs are first collected and allowed to hatch in the tank are called hatcheries. The hatchlings are fed and nursed in other tank called nurseries. Okay, first hatchery means which one hatch. Okay, eggs are going to hatch out to form small fish. Hatch means to form new, incubated, then hatch. And nurseries, then after hatchery, the fed and nursed one to collect and transfer into nursery tank, from where they are shifted to rearing tank. After nursery tank, certain periods are over, then the fish again going to shifted to rearing tank. After 2 or 3 months, they fry and shifted to stocking tank, from where they are caught after then attain full size. Okay, so first of all, hatchery tank, the nursery tank, rearing tank, then go to for a stocking tank. Stocking tank usually transfer some fry. Fry means finger shaped, finger sized small fish are called fry. So this fry transfer into shifted tank is a vast area. Shifted to stocking tank, it will be reach for here proper size, and which one marketable size will be up here. People like to buy. Okay, from where they are caught, from they attain full size. Then sericulture. The rearing of silkworms for the production of silk is called sericulture. Silkworms are the larvae or caterpillar of a type of moth. What does it mean about moth? An insect active during night are called moth. And this moth is so economical value are called which one? Silk moth. The silk moth, we are rearing lot of silk. The technique are called sericulture. Okay, rearing of silk is called sericulture. Silkworms are the larvae. The silk moth or silkworms called as a larvae, caterpillar, or a type of a moth. The moth lay eggs on the leaves of certain plants like mulberry. Okay, mulberry, oak, a lot of plants going to use for here. Using for here which one sericulture technology, feeding as well as laying egg. The larvae that comes out of the egg feed on the leaves and grow. Okay, then after hatchling eggs to form lot of larvae, and this larvae feed on the leaves and leaves of a mulberry or those which one sheltering, and they are going to continue to grow. When a larvae become fully mature, it starts spinning a cocoons around itself with the help of a secretion from the gland. So this larvae, with the help of saliva, make spin lot of cocoon like one cover is around us entire cocoons. Okay, so this larvae with the help of salivary glands so active to secrete more amount of saliva, and this saliva spinning over, okay, entire body make a cocoon. So this cocoon around itself with the help of a secretion from the glands are called a salivary gland. Normally the larvae change into moth inside the cocoon. Then this cocoon's presence inside with the covering of an which one a silk larvae. Then this cocoon to completely which one developed and altered entire develop up to insect like, okay, moth like up to moth before stage and develop inside the cocoon, and the moth comes out by rearing the cocoons. For the production of a silk, the cocoons are boiled. Okay, so the people will know culturing sericulture technology involving some of the people rearing of a silkworm. They will know for here which stage, which color of a cocoon is going to collect, and they are going to boiled or steamed so as to kill the moth inside. Okay, inside the cocoons const of a larvae or a caterpillar going to boiled with using for boiled water or steam water and kill that moth inside or the cocoons in sorry kind of an caterpillar inside and collect lot of cocoons. Cocoons means covering layer going to is come for vaccine coating. They then they are soaked in hot water to take off the gummy means gum like substance that hold their fibers together. Many of the fine fibers then make up a cocoon or brought together to form a strand, and many such strands are twisted into a yarn. Okay, so many of the fine fiber that make up a cocoon are brought together to form a strand. So collect all that cocoons, boiled cocoons are going to collect it, cover going to collect it, and going to is a gummy nature, gum-like nature, going to layer with the silk. Then the yarn is soaked in an emulsion to make it ready for weaving. Finally, it is used to weave silken fabric or textile. Okay, so that's all today topic. I hope all are understand today topic. Please go through the video and study well. If you have any doubts, please phone to clarify your doubts. Thank you.